Hello, my name is Carol May Whittick. Welcome to Higher Energetic Resonance Inspirations. It's week 3 of the Flow into 2024 series, and this week the topic is Evolve. From Socrates, the secret of change is to focus all your energy not on fighting the old, but on building the new. There is still time for you to join the Flow into 2024 series on a deeper level and receive the weekly journal sheets that I've created to accompany this series. To receive those, please join the mailing list. And also don't worry if you've missed the sheets for previous weeks, because the links to those are all included in every email so that you can catch up. From Charles Darwin, it's not the strongest of the species that survive, nor the most intelligent, but the one most responsive to change. Week 3 this week is Evolve. And how many times have you heard someone say, or even said yourself, you know, I've tried so many times, it's not working for me, I've tried everything, I give up. And then they just stop trying, thinking that something that they're trying to attain is not for them. Well, hear me out, because what you've said is actually going to crack the code to what it's going to take for you to achieve what it is that you want to achieve. If you're saying, I've tried everything, I give up, it's not working for me, the trick there, or the thing to listen out for, is the I, the me. Who is I? Who is your me at that point? Maybe what it is that you need to do to be the person who attains what it is you want to attain is become a different I, is become a different me, a different version of me. And think about the people who are the ones who do attain. The reason that you haven't attained what it is that you desire is you just need to become the person who does, because your present self hasn't attained it, but your future version of yourself does. The question is, what do you need to learn, and what do you need to unlearn as well? Often moving forward is as much of what we need to let go as it is as much of what we need to bring in closer to ourselves. From Gurdjieff, the evolution of man is the evolution of his consciousness, and consciousness cannot evolve unconsciously. The evolution of man is the evolution of his will, and will cannot evolve involuntarily. So one of the easiest ways to work out who it is you need to be to attain what it is that you want to attain is look out into the world and see the successful people who have attained what it is that you want for yourself, or versions of that, and tap into what it is that they have achieved. Model them, because as many people have said before, success leaves clues. Many successful people that we hold in high esteem because of their achievements, will have left a trail of their journey, a trail of their story, their starting points, their stumbling blocks, the things that they had to adopt, and the shifts that they needed to make in order to get to where it is that they are in the position that they hold, that has got all of our attention and our admiration. So by doing so, you can then see how you can bring those practices, those habits, those belief systems into your life and start to shift and see a difference in what it is you're attaining. Also, by changing your self-concept, you become the person who has attained this. And if you do choose to sign up for the mailing list, you'll still automatically receive the Embody Her, the Embody Higher Energetic Resonance course, which is free on sign up. And part of that course, and I called it 3 Steps to Becoming the Woman of Your Dreams, is a deep visualization. And you're visualizing from the point of view of you who has already attained what it is that you want to achieve. And in that visualization, what you're doing is bringing into all of your senses, as many senses as you can ignite, the smell, the taste, the feeling, what are you hearing when you're in that place of achievement of what it is that you feel that you're called to do or called to bring into your life. and you're embodying that energy, you're embodying that higher energetic resonance in the present tense. And also what you do is you ask that future self, what do I need to make? What step do I need to take from where I'm standing today to go to the next moment and to go to the next moment? Because when we're in that state of being in our desire, having attained our desires, we know what it took to get there. We walk fearlessly forward. We're so far forward that the steps that we feel we need to make in that present now, who's still looking at the dream and seeing that it's so far away, it seems like such an enormous and daunting step. Whereas the you that has achieved it, that is 2, 5, 10 years ahead, it's such a distant memory. They've got other challenges now that first step just seems like the easiest thing to do. And it's us in our present moment that is creating such a mountain out of a literal molehill. When you're embodying that future self, when you're embodying that higher energetic resonance, also you feel into the achievement, but also the responsibility of what it is that you want to step forward. And it's also bringing your dreams into the present moment. And instead of going after your dreams, which is kind of the language that we always use about our future, is going after our dreams, chasing our dreams. And if you think of it like that, it's always something that's ahead of you that you're running towards that you just will never quite get to because it's always slightly out there. Whereas if we embody the feeling, the state of our dreams, we're in it already. We're just taking the first steps, but we know that we're on the path already. We take aligned action. We take action with confidence, even through the fears and all of those little gremlins that might pop up that might say, well, I don't see it out there now. You're feeling it inside of you and you know it's pretty much a given that it's going to happen. And all you have to do is just move forward with confidence, with surety that you're on the way every single moment, every single day. From Swami Vivekananda, take up one idea, make that one idea your life. Think of it, dream it, live on that idea. Let the brain, muscles, nerves, every part of your body be full of that idea and just leave every other idea alone. This is the way to success. Clean up your why. What do I mean by this? What is the reason why? What's the motivation for you doing what it is that you say you want, that you're dreaming about what it is that you want to move forward? Can you make that reason as clean as possible? And what I mean by that is we hear a lot of the time that the best revenge is success, but sometimes being driven by our revenge or being driven by our trauma and trying to escape something in order to be at our success is not necessarily the cleanest energy to achieve the dreams that you want to by doing it because I'll show them or to get back at someone or to make someone jealous or anything like that. Can you, even if it's the same dream, getting to the space of the passion that you want for the dream, not to put so much pressure on it being something that you attain as a result of trying to prove somebody wrong. As we're driven by passion, as we're driven by purpose, as we're driven by legacy, it becomes so much more ease-filled. I'm speaking from experience because especially when I was working in music and doing all the things that I wanted to attain, all this massive success within music, I now, in hindsight, saw how much pressure I was putting on myself to achieve that. Much of it wasn't about passion, and that's not to say I'm not passionate about music. Still am and still will be, and will be doing more of that next year. So, I feel really excited about that. And the thing that is different about the way that I'm approaching how I will be performing and doing music is it's got none of the energy of what it had before. I'm not relying on it or wanting it to create any kind of financial success for me. I'm not wanting it or requiring it to create any kind of status shift for me or for people to see anything other than my expression, because my income comes from so many different areas. passions and dreams never die, but they transmute themselves, and the energy and the reasoning behind why you do things become different, and it just becomes more about excitement. And when I think about what I'll be doing and the new performances that I'll be doing, when it was maybe 10 years ago, when it was all about kind of getting stuff done and proving things wrong and making it big and making all of this money and so much, you can hear already, it just sounds like a lot. And it was, and it consumed my life for 20, 30 years, I would say. So now to be able to come at it from just a completely different way, I'm going at it with excitement, with no expectation at all, which means I know that I'll absolutely have the most amount of fun from it, more so than I ever could. And also it's to, demonstrate that dreams never die. And just because something didn't work out in the way that you thought it was going to, at the time that you thought it was going to, doesn't mean that it's over. Maybe you need to reassess why it is that you're choosing this particular thing. And that's what happened with me. And now knowing that it's all good, the excitement that I feel about retraining my voice, sharing my music with other people, but also guiding other people through their creativity, because creativity is spirituality. The two are inextricably linked. You can't separate either. And when people are asking me, well, why are you a spiritual life coach? I'm like, well, sometimes I'll say creativity and spirituality so that it kind of gives people a more literal understanding, but they are one and the same. Creativity, spirituality, the two are one. From Jim Rohn: if you don't like how things are, change it. You are not a tree. This is probably one of my favourite Jim Rohn quotes, because it just really lays out what it takes sometimes to make a shift in our lives. Sometimes it's just a shift in our environment and not even so much our mindset, because how we start to be changes when our environment changes around us. Look at your environment. Is your environment conducive to success? And that can be as simple as where you're working from. If you work in a home office, what does that space look like? Is that peaceful? Is that calming? If you work in an area where you're working with other people, is your space conducive to your success? What are you feeding yourself on a daily basis? And this is not just solely about the nutrition, which we all know the things that will help support our body and our health, because without your health, your success will be greatly limited, and you deserve all of the success. So therefore, it's on you to decide what it is health looks like for you, and to go all guns for that, because you deserve your success, and to experience and enjoy your success, you need health around you. And also, how are you feeding yourself with what you're consuming in terms of media and information? Is it time now to delete, unsubscribe, unfollow, and really streamline the information that comes to you? Is it bringing you forward? Is it bringing you down? Is it inspiring you? Is it angering you? And if it does anger you, because sometimes anger can actually springboard us into making a difference and actually seeing where something needs to be created. Is it in a way that you are feeling then compelled to be creative, or is it just keeping you in a loop of rage and not doing anything about it? There are so many things happening out in the world right now that need change and need change makers. So if you're seeing those things, are you just watching, consuming and reposting these things, or are you actively going out there and making a difference? Because where we're at in the world right now needs people to be vocal and to stand up and to say enough is enough, and this is what I'm going to do about it. We need to find our voices on all levels. Be strong enough to face the world each day. Be weak enough to know that you cannot do everything alone. And by be weak, I feel it means be humble enough as the perpetual lone ranger, that these are shifts that I've had to make in my life as well. These are shifts where I know that I've needed to reach out and ask for support and to align myself with people who see me and support me. And I align myself with coaches who too see me and also push me to break through the limitations that I have for myself. So do you have people like that around you? Are you being challenged in a way that will bring out the best in you? Are you being supported? Are you being seen? Are you being understood? If you're constantly having to explain what it is that you're doing, even worse, having to defend what it is that you're doing, it becomes exhausting, and you deserve, and your dreams deserve, for you to be in a space where you can freely express what it is that you are bringing into the world, be supported, be inspired by other people who are on a similar path to you, and have those people around you that will celebrate all the things that you're doing. Have the people around you that allow you to take the time that it needs. I know that this year in particular, because I was creating so much, I needed to minimize the amount of things that I just did for fun and just sitting around and going for dinner, which is all lovely, but there was less time to do that. And those who understood what I was created, understood what I was doing and allowed me to do that. Those who don't have that going on for themselves started to take things a little bit more personally and felt that they were being ignored. There was a challenge there because you're not appreciating that I'm creating something. It means that my time is limited because I'm spending so much energy on creating something that also I have to factor in. There needs to be time where I just allow myself to have downtime so that I can recuperate and go back in and create some more, and not just taking up all my time being here, there and everywhere. It can't always be like that. And also it won't always be where I limit the amount of time I'm out there just playing. And it won't always be like that either. Things will ebb and flow, but it needs a lot of energy and focus for me. And to be honest, I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying seeing all the things that I created in 2023, all the connections that I made, all the people that I was able to serve is truly exciting. And it's actually very addicting to just keep going in there and creating more and creating more. Evolution is not a solitary journey, but you want to make sure that you're walking with like-minded individuals, mentors, and finding yourself in a supportive community so that they can share insights with you and you can grow together. You know, as we're creating these things in the world, we all come up against similar challenges. Many of us, when we're working online, are still trying to figure out this whole tech stuff. And then now the advent of AI, and, you know, we share resources, we share information, and we get infused by things that make a shift for us. And you know, it's an exciting time to be a creator. We can really take advantage of bringing what's in our mind out to the world and reaching the people who want to hear our message. And to drop onto that, if you want to really get deeper into who you are and bring your purpose and create what you are about in this world, contact me and speak to me about my one-to-one program, Spiritual Life Coaching Program, which is about entering into your higher energetic resonance with support. And I am so excited to see so many people just step into the space of bringing their wisdom and creating their worth in the world from the experience that they have. And also, when it comes to our growth and our evolution, what practices are you doing that's going to help support that for yourself? One of the things that you can do is really look at the I am statements. You know, who are you becoming? Who are you in this moment? I am becoming more of myself. I am more of myself. I am ... Whoever it is that you see out there, embody that in this moment and say that it is, that's who you are right now. When you embody that future self, you are that. You can say that I am what it is that you think is so far away, because you're in it and you're making steps towards the bigger and the greater expression of that. allow yourself as well rest, allow yourself time to meditate, allow yourself time to contemplate, allow yourself to build more self-awareness so that you can support and recognize your own transformation and see what comes up for you in those times where you might be wavering. Journaling will be always a number one factor in my life, and whether it's things that I share on social media, in blogs, on podcasts, in my physical journals, in my songs even, and in the book that I'm writing, all of these are records of my life. And just being able to kind of look back over where you are and seeing your own journey just enthuses you to keep moving forward. Notice your evolution, recognize and be grateful and celebrate your own evolution. Recognize that you're overcoming your past and your limiting chat. You're getting more in contact with your soul and expressing your soul, and be in forgiveness for the times that you didn't do that, but in gratitude for who you are now. And recognize that your life and all of your experiences brought you to this moment for your purpose. Know that where you want to step into, anything is possible. But in that same token, know that there are things that we may need to step away from, because the only thing we can really change are the aspects of ourselves. And I want to just close with the Serenity Prayer, which I think are just some beautiful words when we're wanting to make shifts in our lives so that we have the clarity about where we need to take action. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Next week is Foundation. Thank you for joining me on another episode of Higher Energetic Resonance Inspirations, and this episode, week 3 of Flow into 2024. If you haven't already, I'm reminding you to join the mailing list so that you can get the journaling sheets. Also, I'll include links to the previous weeks if you're just joining me now. And also, if you want to find out more about me, go to my website. It's carolmaywhittick.com, CarolMaewhittick.com. You can find me on Instagram, Casmic, CAZMICK, Carol May Whittick, on Facebook and LinkedIn. So until week 4, Foundation, here's to your evolution. Take care. Bye.